I want to do a brief follow-up with how much testing would you need to stop based on my previous testing data, just STDs in general. Now, I'm going to explain my methodology, but it is a way, in some ways it's a super conservative estimate, in some ways it is not. I'm looking at a particular community, but if not all communities have access to what I'm saying because of poverty or something, then what I'm saying is totally wrong. So I'm pretending everyone has equal access and 100% access to these tests. Big, huge, wrong assumption. But it might be true for a certain segment of the population, let's say, just UK or USA or something like that, maybe extinct in one country. The other thing, huge assumption I'm making, that is not necessarily right, is that I'm also, those assumptions are good, but the other assumptions I'm making are all going to underestimate them. And I'm saying that I am pretending that every time you have a partner, you are 100% chance of giving the disease. The true rate is with giving the disease is it's anywhere from 50 to 60%. Some people say 60 to 90%, depends on the disease for females, and it's under 50% for males because of how body fluids are exchanged. So that's first big assumption, and that's going to way reduce the amount of testing we need. The second big assumption that is going to way reduce the amount of testing you need is that I'm saying you have all your partners they have in your lifetime in 1 year. That is way over the top. I think we can say that. The third assumption I'm doing is that there's no closed off communities for it to go extinct. And a closed off community would be one person is that you only have one partner in your lifetime. But it could also be that you have is that there's a community of 4 partners, but you've only had sex within it, or anything that just closes it off. I'm saying that there's a wide connections, and no one shares partners ever. If you share partners, this also way underestimates it. If people only had if every partner you had, the other person had every partner you had also had the same partners, STDs would just go extinct right away. The other big assumption I'm making is that you don't get tested right after sex or after showing symptoms. You get this tested at the same frequency interval throughout the year, so which is not true. And if you get tested afterwards or before, that would narrow it down a lot. So a lot of conservative ones. And then I'm estimating that people that are feeling exponential decay to the amount of partners you have, which is not accurate because I predict that I way over predict how many people have 52 partners or crazy amounts of partners within a year. Like I way over predict amount of partners when I get to like 52 or something like that. And I'll explain to that in a second. So how did I do this? Well, I took the low end of the amount of partners and the middle point of what percentage between this. So the upper end here it's from 0 to 2, and over 84% people have more partners in a lifetime. I just took 0 and 80 point, and I took the midpoint. This actually, in this whole math, will give me an even lower estimate. 2 to 4 has 74.5% is the midpoint, so about 3 people. If you have 3 partners, then you're about 74.5. If you have about between 4 to 10 from data gathered, you would have about 7. And I'll put the source of my data. About 51% of 7, but I put low end, and so on and so on. If you have 52 but then this is the real data, all the data I could get. This is extraction. This is over a lifetime, but I'm pretending it's over a year. So 12 partners, that'll be every month. This will be every 2 weeks. This will be every week you get tested. How much? And this will stop 52 partners. This will stop 26 partners, 12 partners, 10 partners, 4 partners. This will stop if you get tested once a year, stop this amount, twice a year this amount, 4 times a year will stop this amount, 10 times a year stop this amount, 12 times, twice a month, or every 2 weeks you'll stop this amount, and so on. So what I get is, if you test every week, less than 1 out of 10,000 people will be able to spread the disease. If you get tested every year, less than 20% of the people are still spreading the disease. As you can see, this would really do quite a big turnaround with lowering STDs, potentially. I hope you found this interesting. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Goodbye.